Let me talk to you about dumbbells. All too often, when purchasing dumbbells, people make the wrong choice. Not intentionally, but because they will build a plan around the product and not around their ability. What we're here to do today is talk you through some of the different types of dumbbells and how they can help you. If you stick around to the end of the video, hopefully we'll have answered all of your questions regarding dumbbells. In a previous video where I compared dumbbells to kettlebells, I promised a deep dive into both. This here today is your dumbbell deep dive. So as mentioned in a previous video, I don't recommend jumping straight into weights. If it was me and I was starting a home fitness journey, I would always start with resistance bands as they are less cumbersome and they are easy to use, easy to store, and also easy to take on the road. Whereas a dumbbell is going to be requiring some form of storage. It's going to be requiring some kind of knowledge and workout plan. So before buying a dumbbell, you must ask yourself 3 questions. What muscle group are you aiming to work? Is it a lower body workout? Is it an upper body workout? Number 2 is ask yourself, are you looking to increase frequently? So are you aiming to do less reps for more weight over a period of very short space of time? In which case there's a certain dumbbell that's going to obviously work better for this. Having a fixed heavy dumbbell isn't the right solution. Number 3, always consider when purchasing any home fitness equipment is where are you going to store it? Somebody who's looking to purchase a dumbbell and put it in their garage or their own room that's got a proper in-house gym setup is always going to pick a different type of dumbbell set than somebody who is looking to just do them in their living room or in their university dorm halls or their studio apartment. So, what muscles are you looking to work? Are you expecting to increase weight? And where will you store them? 3 important questions. The reason that these 3 things are so important is because this will not just get you the right product, but it'll also give you accessibility to the product that helps you most. So watch until the end and hopefully we will answer that question for you. Which dumbbell is right for you? Hex Dumbbells. Now, anybody will know that has watched our videos before, I do have a bit of a soft spot for a Hex dumbbell, and in particular the neoprene design. And the reason for this is actually perfect for somebody who's training at home. So it is ideal for the home fitness person who is looking to kit out their home studio or their studio apartment, their bedroom. If they've only got room in their kitchen to train, these will be the ones for you. The downside to these is in fact that you'll need multiple pairs in order to do a full body workout. Ultimately, you could buy 1 set and that would be absolutely fine for a period of time. But when you start seeing those gains, you'll want to be able to up your weight. Hereby, I would always recommend buying at least 2 pairs, maybe even 3, so that you can cover off lower and upper body with just a couple of sets. Now, the beautiful thing is they actually do stack quite nicely. Because they're Hex, they don't roll unnecessarily. So therefore, you can actually stack them up on top of one another. And they actually work very, very well for that. So in terms of versatility, they are fantastic. They are probably the most versatile out of the ones that we have in front of us. And again, because they're that soft neoprene finish, there is no knurling, which will therefore give you any calluses on your hands. So if you are somebody who's just trying to train at home, do something to get active, get moving, and start your journey without having any intimidation, the neoprene dumbbells are going to be the right ones for you. Does shape matter? Well, when it comes to dumbbells, the answer is yes. Because a rounded dumbbell at home will roll. This therefore makes it harder to use between sets as it's likely to roll away, and also makes it harder to store as you can't actually stack one on top of the other like that. They would have to go like that. So with the Hex dumbbells, this allows you to not only store it easier, so it can go on its side like so, you could also then use these for renegade rows or dumbbell press-ups. So in terms of that, I would suggest that yes, shape does matter, and for me, I would go for a Hex dumbbell at home every time. So I'm not for 1 second suggesting that rounded dumbbells don't have their space, but the home is not that space. If you have a garage gym, they could potentially be good for you if you're able to get yourself a dumbbell rack and it sits nicely. But generally speaking, the cheaper alternative would be to get Hex dumbbells, and they are able to therefore stack on top of one another, and you're not needing to have that dumbbell rack. Adjustable versus loadable. Sound the same, but very different. So we've had these ones here. These are the adjustable ones, and they work as so. You literally slide them into there, and then you can change by spinning the dial. What I would say is it certainly has saved us a lot of space in terms of storage, and it certainly does work efficiently for weight changes. However, I would suggest that they are a bit clunky to use in terms of size. Like if you look at the comparable difference, that is a 5 kilo and that is a 5 kilos. So all I would say is if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend these simply because effectively I don't feel like you will need that many weight variations to start with. What you should probably get used to is the feel of the weight, the size of the weight, and then obviously then start to increase weights through the range, which is where obviously the loadable comes in. So for me, again, just speaking from very personal experience, I think everyone I know gets a set of these when they're like 14, 15, maybe 16. Certainly 18, they definitely get them. And they're usually from Argos, and they do them proud for a fair few years whilst they're just doing bicep curls in their bedroom, making themselves get bigger. What these ones do, these ones actually come in a case. So these ones we actually do sell just for total transparency. Now, what's fantastic about those is this carry case acts as a fantastic storage device, but it also allows you to slide it under your bed. Or so like if you're in an apartment or if you are in a student dorms, then these can sit perfectly under your wardrobe or at the bottom of your wardrobe, and they're not going to take up too much space and you can use them very quickly. So when you look at the two for price, you're looking at about 180 to 220 for 24 kilos on that, and that is about 90. So when you look at it for price, bang for buck, I would probably go with the 30 kilo case. But if you're someone that is looking to have good variation, then the adjustables are absolutely fine. As I say, I'd just be a bit cautious when you're first beginning in how it feels, because again, the size of these, certainly at the 40 kilo end, they can be quite large, quite bulky. And again, in terms of where you're going to put it, yes, you've saved a lot of space for, like, if you consider 40 kilos in Hex dumbbells, you're going to have a hell of a lot of space needed. With this, you're not going to need as much space, but the space you do require is obviously quite deep. So something to consider. But yeah, both are fantastic. Absolutely love them both. If I was to pick one for a beginner, though, I would go for the loadable. So what is the correct weight to start with? Well, that's one that unfortunately I will not be able to answer. That is because there is too many variables. Everybody is different. And that's not me trying to sort of not answer the question, but genuinely speaking, you know, like a 40-year-old man versus an 80-year-old woman versus a 16-year-old girl, they're all so different in what they are capable of doing, what joint problems they might have, what muscle fatigue they might already have, and also what current experience they might have. Now, somebody could be a beginner to lifting, but they might have been playing rugby for 20 years, so therefore their upper body strength and their legs are really strong anyway. So they wouldn't be starting at the exact same weight. So all I would say is this is where the loadable and adjustable ones probably come in quite well, because it does give you the chance to have a play around at different weights to then let you decide which Hex dumbbells are the right ones for you, so that if you only wanted to have 3 weights, you could do that. Now, that's where, as I say, for a complete beginner, loadable is probably the best because it gives you that versatility and that option to flex up and down. Otherwise, I'd recommend heading down to your local independent gym and getting a day pass, playing with some weights, seeing where you're at, and then if you want to order some, head home and order the ones that felt right to you. So when I say what felt right, you shouldn't be able to do 40, 50 reps in one set. It should be between 8 to 12 reps per set to feel challenging, and that would be the right weight for you at that time. So the biggest dumbbell mistake that I often see is buying for future you. Just because future you can dumbbell press 20 kilos per hand, and that's absolutely fantastic, doesn't mean current you can. Now, the reason I mention that is ultimately if it's too heavy, it's going to discourage you. And if you're building out a home fitness workout space, what you actually want to do is buy things that encourage you and motivate you to want to keep going and try more. So if you have a loadable set or if you have correct weight Hex dumbbells, then you are more likely to use the gym more often. Something that you must always remember, and something that I swear by, is the best home fitness gyms are not the ones with the most expensive equipment. They're the ones that get used the most. So don't fall foul of buying too expensive, too heavy, too soon. So today's video hopefully gave you some clarity over which dumbbells are right for you. As I say, if you are able to identify the weight that you need already, go for a Hex dumbbell. If you are doing home workouts, Hex dumbbells with neoprene are fantastic. If you have a garage gym setup, go for the Hex dumbbell with the standard traditional dumbbell with knurling. Then, if you are looking for something where you need to experiment with weights, go for loadable. So if you have an apartment or you are looking to train whilst at university, the loadable set that is allowing you to store it into the bottom of your wardrobe or under your bed, that is probably going to be the one that gets the most use. So today's video wasn't about trying to say, you need to buy this one, you need to buy that one. It is simply a case of helping you by preventing you wasting your time and money, as I did, trying to work out what equipment was the right ones to train at home with. As I say, I've been doing this now for, I won't say 20 years I've been training for, and I have tried all the different types of dumbbells you see today. And as I say, if any of my advice helps you save money, save time, and enjoy your workouts, then I'll have considered it a good job. If you like the content, please do subscribe. We're at 72 subscribers at the moment. I'd love to get to 100. So please do subscribe, like, share, comment, all of those fantastic things. And I will do everything I can to continue making this content to ensure that you can save time and money as a beginner.